Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Daniel Krook, the Chief Technology Officer at Call for Code. Thanks for joining us, Daniel.
Great. Thanks for having me, Fred.
Well, you have an exciting announcement after your virtual awards, and I'll let you tell us, first of all, for people who aren't familiar with Call for Code, what it's all about.
Sure. So Call for Code is dedicated to uniting folks from around the world to create solutions to take on the world's greatest challenges like natural disasters and climate change. We run a competition each year that inspires developers to create technology that can better society and our world at large. And since we started in 2018, the movement's grown to over 400,000 problem solvers from across 179 nations.
And these can be companies, businesses that are doing this kind of work, or what, or academia? What are you seeing?
Yeah, all of them. So we've seen solutions that come from individual developers, retired technology folks, through to firefighters and nurses and students. So developers of all kinds come together to create solutions, and inspiration can come from everywhere.
Well, you had a great list of finalists. Tell us about the results here. You had your virtual awards ceremony this week.
That's right. Yesterday, we announced the top 5 solutions that came from around the world. So it included developers addressing how to support global farmers, helping businesses get support to keep afloat, helping parents manage their kids' remote learning schedules, and an app to help safely social distance when waiting in line at businesses of any size. So the winning team, Agrily, they created an amazing solution that tied together information from the weather company data together with information about when to plant crops, how to support them, and how to adapt to the changing realities caused by climate change.
And this is more or less a free app that farmers can use?
That's right. It was tested originally in Mongolia and also is undergoing testing in Brazil. And so what it does is help folks in a visual way in a mobile application get information on the outlook for weather, as well as yearly data on the changes that are happening, and to get them not only the information they need to make the decisions today, but also connect them with financing and other folks in the community to help them have better outcomes.
And there is a cash prize associated with this, right?
That's right. So each of the 5 teams wins a cash award, and they get support from the Linux Foundation to help them build a community around their solutions as open source. So anybody can use them, anybody can contribute to them. And with the top team, Agrily, what we're going to do is set up a set of IBM volunteers, hardware experts, software experts, community builders to help them take their solution, test it out in the real world, and help improve it and make sure it makes a real impact.
Tell us about some of the other finalists. There was one even, an app created by a mom of 3 children. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so a lot of the challenges we have with remote learning, and it's something I have a challenge as well. I have a 9-year-old son, is keeping on top of the assignments for that for your students, right? So you're obviously working or doing other things, and to be able to keep track of and schedule the assignments that are that they need to deliver on, and to rely on the community, to learn from the community about what's due when is very important to keep on top of remote learning.
There was another that was designed to help people keep their social distance the way we all have to these days.
That's right. And actually, we tested this one last month out in the field. So what it is an application. You pull up your web browser, or you scan a QR code outside of a business, and you can join a virtual line. So instead of standing in line outside of something, staying socially distanced, out in the rain or whatever weather you have, you can sit in your car and they will call you in. So you can easily manage how many people are in a store at one time. You can manage the flow of folks coming to that business. And it can be used in solutions such as boating, where you've seen a lot of lines, as well as nonprofit organizations that are helping folks respond to issues like the wildfires out west. So helping folks stay safe and also efficiently get them what they need.
And that one's called SafeQ. And the first we talked about was a school listed. And there were a couple of others, too, one called OffShip. What was that about?
Yeah, OffShip is a browser plugin that helps you when you're doing remote shopping understand the impact of your decisions. So if you're choosing to get free overnight shipping of something you need, you also get great visibility into what that really means. What's your impact on the environment by having this thing brought to you, and what you can do to offset the carbon by buying credits to ensure that you're having a net positive impact on the environment. So helping people make better decisions, choose more local solutions if necessary, and overall reduce their impact on the environment.
And the last one, I think, might be related to some extent to what we've been going through with the pandemic now, too. Business Buddy and the struggles of many businesses of all sizes. Tell me about it.
Right. So a lot of small businesses are struggling to stay afloat, and there are a lot of programs that are designed to help them. So what Business Buddy does is bridge the gap between what those businesses need and what's available to them so that they can take advantage of government programs that may be available, funding, loans, things like that. And it comes from a bunch of students in Australia, and they already have some relationships with the government of Queensland, the state there.
Well, tell us again about IBM, its involvement, and its motivation in backing something like Call for Code.
Yeah, so our customers, our employees, everyone is impacted by the world's greatest problems like climate change. So we want to make sure that we continue our legacy of taking on the world's greatest challenges, whether that's helping put a man on the moon, designing the Social Security system, and really build on that legacy to help technology be harnessed for good around the world. And that's going to make everybody better, our employees, our customers, and the world at large. So we're really happy to support these solutions and make sure that they're available for people to use or contribute to as open source software.
How can people get involved?
So if you go to callforcode.org, you can learn about the initiative. It's a 5-year program. You can learn about the yearly competition, like the one that just concluded, and another one that will be announced early next year. And the latest news on these solutions, how you can get involved as an individual, as an expert, as an organization. So callforcode.org is your place to go.
Terrific. Again, it's callforcode.org. Daniel Krook, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Great. Thanks for having me, Fred.
Now this. It takes a lot of listening to build a better radio, and that's just what the folks at C. Crane have done. Bob Crane and his crew, nestled among the rivers and tallest trees in the world in Fortuna, California, have made a habit of listening to their customers. And that's just what they've done in building the CC Skywave SSB, the Swiss Army knife of portable radios. For everyday listening to AM or FM in the yard or patio or on the nightstand, without having to drain a mobile phone battery, it's a great companion. But it is also a companion equipped for NOAA weather information and alerts that can be life-saving. You can listen to FEMA and Coast Guard transmissions too. Beyond all of that, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world. It's compact, easy to take with you, and built to last. The CC Skywave SSB. Click on the link at Techstination.com.